and potentially do some damage. He's constantly going to have to be checking for those mutas. He's constantly going to have to leave a pretty sizable force at home to help deal. And he's going to have to put up a lot of turrets and get a lot of infrastructure before he's ready to move out.
Yeah, it's very true. He is on 3 base now, though. I mean, hey, hats off to Axlab for staying in it for so long. I mean, they pretty much instantly killed StripeCrow, and the fact this is even a game right now goes to show you that he's got pretty awesome macro, and it is his off race after all.
Yeah, that's true. Axlab, mostly being a Protoss player, has a very interesting unit composition against Zerg right now. A couple Marauders, a bunch of Marines without combat shield, a ton of medevacs. There we go. Combat shield, +1 weapons and +1 shields, all on the way right now. Vehicle weapons 1 as well coming. So Axlab looking to hit some sort of huge death push, I feel like, here. Maybe he's going to max out and then perhaps head over there. Yeah, and I'm surprised that PowerTech and Power haven't tried to take a third, They're just playing so passive here. It's just giving Axlab room to breathe. And potentially they have, 240 supply to 150? I mean, that's not that crazy for Terran army compared to a Zerg army. He does have infestors out though, so it's gonna get harder and harder for Axlab to win, I think. Oh yeah, absolutely. Infestors make things so difficult for the Terran army, especially when you're not super siege tank heavy, and Axlab most definitely is not super siege tank heavy yet. He's mostly bio right now, just now adding tanks in 2x2, actually 3x3, working off of 3 factories right now. So I think he realizes this, knows he needs to get those tank numbers up, and he's pumping tanks accordingly. Yeah, very true. These infestors finally, Power takes a third. That's really late. Axlab scouted, he didn't have his third down here. These mutas are just hanging out. They're seeing if a push is coming, and here it comes. Oh no, the mutas are just gonna drop instantly. Oh dear. Oh man. Oh dear. Is this a comeback in the making? I mean, it's certainly possible. I think the next big fight is, however, gonna be on top of Creep, which makes things a lot better for PowerTech and Power here. Tons of Creep tumors going down. Sieging up now is Axlab. Units coming in from all sides. Huge fungal goes off on the Marines, and it looks like our Zerg players are just going to be able to absolutely crush through that push. And with that, I think they'll crush through Axlab's hopes of potentially winning this game. But he's not going to leave just yet. No, he's hanging on because he's got another push left in him. Look at all those medevacs. But I mean, honestly, he stayed in there for a while, He was able to max out almost, and he made a push, and, it didn't go horribly wrong. Yeah, it kind of got crushed, but, he was playing a 2-on-1, so, hey, still a best of 5, too. That is true. They do have that going for them. It was a best of 5, but almost in a situation like this, I feel like it might even be better to just throw in the towel and move on to the next one fresh and try and make something happen. Yeah, I mean, maybe they think they're trying to, tire out their opponents. I don't really know, but this is definitely over, guys. Medevacs galore floating around the main. Once again, we have about a 1-to-1 ratio of Marine to Medevacs here. So these Marines of Axlab will be extra healed. Extra healed. But it does not matter. Siege tanks covering from up top. Great positioning from Axlab, but it doesn't matter anymore because they can throw away as many roaches as they want right here, and yeah, they will still be leagues and miles ahead. Yes, they will. Axlab, I think, going for the old tire your opponents out and tax their APM as much as possible as you go out of the game gracefully, or not so gracefully in this case. He's making him work for that win. But he is certainly making for a lot of exploding roach carcasses. Yeah, it's true. Siege tank shells blasting roaches to smithereens from all over the place, and I think maybe he's just enjoying watching this as much as I am. Wow. And relishing in the power of the siege tank a little bit. Yeah. I mean, he is somewhat stabilized. He's got a couple infestors in his base. Axlav, like a boss. Not too much to say here, but it's interesting that the Zergs are on 2 base and 3 bases respectively. If Axlav gets his 4 bases up and running, a 4 base Terran compared to a 5 base Zerg, you know, that's not something that's too crazy, although the Zergs do have a potential 400 supply, so that is the big difference.
Yeah, I think that really makes a big difference.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's kind of surprising that the Zergs spread their forces all around like that. Didn't really make a concerted effort to get rid of one of those bases. They didn't do any permanent economic damage there to Axlav.
Yeah, let's check out the harvester count. I mean, Axlav is behind, but he has mules coming out of, I believe, yes, 4 orbitals. So, I mean, look at that army. It's pretty big. He's got a lot of tanks, a lot of medevac still, and he's making some Marines. Although, look at this, Greater Spire. Broodlords are coming.
Yeah, Broodlords oftentimes will be the deal breaker in this matchup.
He has no idea.
You know, kind of just putting the seal of Zerg approval on things and
Oh, yeah.
making that heavy tank composition seem almost useless once there's a bunch of flying tanks that shoot broodlings at you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty
It's
much
gonna-
what they are. Pretty much.
Pretty much a flying tank, so they don't have splash, though.
Beautiful
Oh,
flank
that's nice.
right there.
Good surround on those siege tanks. This is not looking good for Axlav. Good fungals, he hits everything. All those infestors do go down, and it looks like he's gonna hold. My goodness, Axlav, you are very handsome, sir.
That was a lot of siege tanks versus a lot of stuff on the ground, and that's generally what happens. And you will see siege tanks almost always win those major battles on the ground, but the rest of the siege tanks will get mopped up. Oh, Axlav, no, his supply is plummeting. It was a valiant effort. It looks like now he's just almost getting choked out here, I want to say. The Zerg's still not doing anything to shut down Axlav's extraneous bases, though. Virtually the whole map is covered with creep.
He has
They can
no
engage
defense
from
here.
almost anywhere. There's no defense there. They could just run 10 lings up there and, you know, harass that expansion.
Yeah, or drop, you know, do whatever. The Broodlords are out. I'm surprised the Zergs haven't taken more bases, but, hey, I mean, they still have a commanding lead, so they're playing it safe.
Axlav gonna try and stim in here and get rid of a few of these Broodlords. One Broodlord gets saved with 3 hit points. That's demoralizing.
Yeah.
But still fighting onward is Axlav. Not
Yeah.
sure where he thinks he's going to go with this one, with Broodlords barreling down on his front door with this Roach Infestor support here. Or are they barreling down? No, they're backing off.
Hey, I mean, this is potentially demoralizing to hack ProTech and Power because, you know, look, it's 30 minutes and it's a 2v1.
That is true.
I know.
It is also a chance for Axlav to showcase his Terran a little bit. I think
Yeah.
maybe now the Zergs are realizing, oh wait, you know, he might have taken his teammate's main.
Yeah.
Tons of tanks with a good arc. Going to be putting a huge dent in the Roach numbers. They will be going down by the tens, but that's not enough because they need to be going down by the tens of thousands. And the Roaches are just having their way with the Terran Natural right now.
Yeah, he did clean up those Broodlords with the Vikings, but look at all these Roaches. That is going to be aim, I think. Dot, dot, dot. There it is.
GG is finally called. Valiant effort, Axlav.
I agree.
Gotta hand it to him.
Yeah,
Nice try.
nice try. Indeed.
But keep in mind that was just game 1. Oh, nice score from Axlav there as well. 44,000. More than both of his counterpart players. And poor Strife Crow had a measly 1,600. Knocked out of that game very early on.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can get things ready for game 2 here coming up in a little bit.